Okay, so why did you want to do 71 Degrees North?
For me personally, it was something completely different, something that put me completely out of my comfort zone. I've never done any of the stuff that I did out there before, so it was really nerve-wracking making the decision to do it and actually pushing myself to say yes even. And I'm just so glad I did it. It was a great experience, and I loved it. Loved every minute of it. So yeah, really pleased.
Well, being on the box is kind of what we do for a living, and and here's the chance to mix being on the box with the experience of a lifetime, and it's just yes.
Yeah.
And I thought about it for a long time. Talked to the two girls, my two daughters and wife, and they all thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we're out there. And it
Liars.
And it was, yeah. Can I have a word? It was tough.
Yeah.
Were you prepared for it to be as hard as it was?
N-O.
You can't prepare for that sort of thing. For a start, we didn't know what we were doing from one day to the next.
No mobile phone, no computer, no TV, no bed, no proper food, no idea what's going on. Just think about it. If I thought about it, I'd have said no.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but
we obviously didn't.
That's the bottom line, is that we were taken down to a pretty basic level. Yeah. And I hope that comes across. I'm not saying it wasn't great fun, and I wouldn't do it again, but it was much more harsh than I imagined it would be. I mean,
just to survive, it was hard, wasn't it?
You've got to be able to build fire.
Yeah.
You have to be able to do that, and we could. By the end of our experience, we could do that. We could build fire in a stove. We could put up a tent and survive in minus 30 degrees, if necessary.
You had no choice. You had to cope with that, or else you would have gone.
So that
would have got hypothermia or
So
something.
whether you say yes or no, if you'd have known, I don't know. I mean, everybody in this country, everyone in the UK, if they live not in the north of Scotland and a few bits of Wales and that, but we all know what minus 3, 4, 5 is.
Yeah.
And it's cold, and you've got to get a coat on. That's about it. Up there, the temperatures with the wind it goes from that to being, minus 25, minus 30, which is dangerous. So
equipment as well. I mean, if you want to see, if you take your glove off and you've got a pain in your hand or something like that, you put your glove down, it will be covered in snow 2 seconds later. So you have to keep hold of all your gear. It's all those sort of things that you're not used to.
Being organised.
Yeah, you have to be 5 steps ahead with all your gear, what gear to take on what particular challenge, what to wear, how many layers, what to wear this boot or that boot. It's all that sort of decision making.
And one thing leads to another. If you don't get enough sleep, you don't think right. If you don't think right, you don't plan right.
Yeah.
If you don't plan right, you could end up very unhealthy, and then you get anxious. And then once you get anxious, you have fear and you spiral, and it's just unbelievable. You turn on the telly and you're sitting in your warm room and you see these guys who do this like the South Pole business. Respect.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
I mean, our little taster of it. It was shocking in a way when you first get out there.
You mentioned how dangerous it is. Did you get scared?
There's points where I think we all got a little bit scared and we all doubted ourselves, but you look to your team and the other people that you've bonded with, or the other people that you're sleeping in the tent with, to pull you through those hard moments. There was a few things that I wasn't looking forward to doing out there. Swimming's not my strong point. I was terrified of doing that, especially in ice water. You can't imagine what that is like for someone who isn't that keen on swimming.
It turns into glue, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Suddenly, your body stops working.
Yeah, and then you don't feel anything. You're saying, well, shall I get out or shall I keep going? It's all those sort of... But you have number one rule is to look after yourself, so you have to drag yourself out of there if you have any doubt whatsoever.
What was the question you asked there? Do we have real fear? Yes. I did have real fear. And then it went. It was just amazing. And that was the big thing for me.